Hello, everybody, and welcome back for the second segment of the St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, Trips and Traps. Andy Serling, Eric Donovan.
We have two more races to bring you in this second segment of Trips and Traps. We'll go to March 11th here. Race number 6, we're going to take a look at Moon Raven and Thunder Chief in a mile and 70 yards, New York, bred 2 other than allowance, optional claimer for 4-year-olds and up, in which there was a heavy favorite in the form of Jimmy Vegas with Ramon Dominguez riding, but the horses we're interested in are on the outside.
Right. Classic Ramon Dominguez getting loose, but the horses that we care about are towards the outside, the 8 and 9. The 8-horse Moon Raven runs. They both run very well. Moon Raven, he's just unprepared for the start, and he ends up breaking at least a length slow. This is a horse who has positional speed in what turned out to be an absolute crawl fest, where once again Ramon Dominguez, I'm not the best horse favorite or not, puts the field to sleep by getting the lead. And these two horses, here's the 8 back here, Moon Raven, he's supposed to be here, and he's back here. And here's the 9 Thunder Chief, who suddenly in his last 2 races is a completely different horse.
Thunder Chief's really come to life for Leah Giamatti over the last couple of races. A win last time out in the one other than condition, which seemingly took him forever to get through. And now he's up here in a competitive spot in the 2 other than condition here. But both these horses kind of up against it here, as you see with Ramon and the favorite kind of just nursing him along on the front end there. And then Thunder Chief and Moon Raven not even on the screen at this point here. With the slow pace, they're going to have to try to get back in it.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder Chief gets a very nice ride. He gets himself into very good position from the post he had. And you can see him sitting 4th right there. But Moon Raven, you think of the work that he's had to do just to get to this spot where he's trailing Thunder Chief. He's a faster horse than Thunder Chief. He's supposed to be over here. And instead, probably expending the same amount of energy, he finds himself 3 lengths behind. Moon Raven, I mean, not Moon Raven, I'm sorry, Jimmy Vegas. I mean, you can't be luckier to win a race. And this is sort of an inner track specialist. Got claimed out of this race. I don't know where he's going from here.
I don't know either. Probably try another crack at this condition and then for the $25,000 tag. But we see here Moon Raven making the 3-wide move around the turn. Thunder Chief just to his inside in there. And at this point, it looks to me that Thunder Chief, probably backing up. The rider's starting to ask for run. Not expecting Thunder Chief to do much here, but really he's going to split horses and have a new dimension in the stretch. And Moon Raven's going to go on with it toward the outside.
Right, but he did have an easier trip in the second finisher also. And the second finisher looped to try to win the race and almost does. He hangs a little at the end, but when you think about the difference between the easy trip Jimmy Vegas had, the tough trip he had. But you're right, Thunder Chief just keeps on running here, and he ran well in here. He's okay, and both these horses are better than Jimmy Vegas, and if they've all got sort of the same trips and a sort of fair race, suppose they ran this race at Belmont, where they run around 1 turn here at Aqueduct, they're going to beat Jimmy Vegas, and they're going to beat him badly.
Hey, you know what? Even if this group manages to get together one more time on the inner track, I'd take my chances with Moon Raven and Thunder Chief over Jimmy Vegas, whether or not there's another speed in the race or not. Jimmy Vegas is going to be another short price next time out again, and Moon Raven, Thunder Chief, I think would offer some value there, even if Jimmy Vegas is the lone speed once again.
It's not impossible another speed could sign on in a race, Jimmy Vegas.
God
forbid that actually
then
happens. Or maybe they'll draw posts inside of them. I mean, it's possible that Jimmy Vegas one day won't get everything his own way in a race. I agree. They're better horses. We'll go to another race, and this was a case of obviously the best laid plans gone awry, because Great Cliff, who came back in a cheap claiming race last week, she was supposed to win this race.
The Great Cliff will break from the inside here, and you see her jump up at the start, so she's already about 3-4 lengths behind the rest of the field here, and going to start to make a big move down the backstretch to get into contention.
Yeah, and the other thing is she's a speed horse. Now, Vivant, who went to the lead, she might have been a little faster, but she would have easily separated herself from the field and be able to get outside that one. And you've got a horse that was supposed to be sort of crawling along up here, is back here trying to make up all this ground, and you can see it wasn't a fast first quarter. These aren't very good horses, or particularly fast horses. She's already here. She's going to move herself to second very soon. She understandably tires in the stretch. Here's the question, though. She's going to run against a similarly weak field probably next time she runs. The question is, she's not going to be that good a price. This was the day for her. Next time she runs, not that she can't win, it just feels like she's a trap to fall into.
Yeah, now she's kind of exposed as to, what kind of ability that she has, and she showed some ability in this race coming off an October layoff. You would have expected this horse with the figures that she'd been running and the way she'd been running to just, try to go to the lead and quit, and, it's not what she does here. She breaks slow, makes that big middle move in the race, and, is trying to run on here. It's going to fade a little bit to the middle of the pack in the final stages, but considering what happened at the start and the middle point of the race, Great Cliff Horse runs a huge race in here, and you almost feel bad for the Connections because they obviously had her primed and ready to go off the layoff here. Probably a lot went in.
And she was bet.
And she was bet too. Yeah, no, I mean, for a horse at this $7,500 level to be laid up since October, bet like that, coming back in the spot, you figure they put a lot of work into her, and hopefully, for their sake, she can come back with a similar kind of effort next time.
We'll see if she does. It's the problem. The gate springs and disaster strikes sometimes, and it's just obviously a horse that was set up to win a race and ready to win a race, and it just fell apart. Once again, we love hearing your thoughts. We can always use your help. Trips and traps at NYRAinc.com.
Thanks for watching.